My name is Terry Suzetta Kipper from Ponchatoula.
Tell them how old you are.
I'm 60 years old.
And how long have you been working with options?
28 years.
My name is Kippy Kipper. Terry Kipper is my sister.
And I'm Scott Kipper. Terry is my older sister.
Terry was born with a hole in her heart. It created the brain damage where she's handicapped. She basically stayed to herself, you know. She loved animals. We always had a Cocker Spaniel around the house somewhere.
I love dogs, and they love me.
Terry never met a stranger. When she was out there with my mom selling strawberries by the railroad tracks in Ponchatoula, she always enjoyed being out there, being around people. My father passed away in 2000, and then my mom in 2005. When she lost those two basic pillars that she was used to from such a young age and they were gone, it's just, her depression just started kicking in. It's just, she wasn't happy.
The hardest part, I think, is when Mom was gone and here she is. You know, I was in my 45 or so with my 3 kids, and we were all living in the same house, caused her a lot of stress. But she didn't have her own life.
We needed a change, and without options, we wouldn't be able to give her that change. Terry lives at Options Community Home, which is our house, and she receives 24/7 support. After that, her health started to improve. Her overall outlook and life started to improve. She got more happier. She was less depressed.
She's lost weight. She gets her medicine on time. There's somebody there to make sure she gets it on time.
The 24/7 care from the nurses, the staff that's there, the people that put on the programs. I mean, without that, there's no doubt Terry would not be in the place where she is now. She's in a much better place now than what we could have ever thought to even provide for her. She's got the biggest smile on her face, and she enjoys it. That's Terry. She really enjoys life.
She's had 28 years of help from Options with no cost to the family.
That's just the best thing in the world that somebody can ask for, to take care of a loved one like Options does. Without a doubt. I mean, if Options wasn't there, I don't think my sister would be here today.
Mr. Patrick J.W.G. Williams, me, Tyler Perry are 5'4". There you go.
My name is Karen Williams, and I am Patrick Williams' older sister. I was 10 years old, and Patrick came into my life. Patrick was someone who didn't like to stay in place. He was very quick with his exits. He always has to have supervision. As is the case with a lot of disabled adults, sometimes the parents are not going to, of course, outlive the children. So there is a real anxiety that parents feel about that situation. Luckily, we did hear about Options that made such a difference, and I know it was a great relief to my father. My mother unexpectedly passed away when Patrick was 18. My father, who was just recovering from open heart surgery, really stepped into place. My father was almost 70 years old at the time. Options was absolutely essential for Patrick's success. I know that my father's last years would have been just filled with anxiety and concern. Patrick is able to live in his own apartment. He has independent living with still the idea that he has to have 24/7 care. He has had many wonderful people who have worked with him. Kathy, who helps organize the schedule and helps with his groceries and double checks the medicine, providing, some companionship for Patrick. Options thought that Spoga would be a good place. For one thing, he would get to see lots of people, and we want him engaging with the real world, and Options provides the opportunity for that. Patrick's story is not over. He does still have that wandering spirit. Options has grown with us, and it has always been there every step of the way. And that's a gift. It's a gift not to live in dread and anxiety about your loved one.
I'm Erica Dawn Sharp. I'm 36. I've been working in options since I was about 20.
My name is Tammy, and my daughter Erica is a participant with options. She had a regular birth. Before she was 3 years old, I knew she was behind the other kids. I thought maybe since she had to have tubes in her ears, that maybe it had something to do with why she was having a speech defect. As time went on, she couldn't take a test. She couldn't sit still in her class. She did have a disability, and you cannot see it from the naked eye. She needed a little bit extra help and understanding. Instead, she would get in trouble.
I used to get in trouble when I was little all the time. I was hyper, I was ADHD.
And I was getting called way too much at work. I had to work. I needed every penny I could make to make a living. Not everybody's ready to babysit a special needs child either. But just because you got a special needs child don't mean you don't have to go to work. If you don't have family or somebody to do it, it could be a problem. She's shy, and it all stems down to when she was in school and got in so much trouble every time she tried to talk. Too much, too loud, and they fuss her.
The kids used to think I didn't know how to talk anymore because I never spoke. After high school, I was pretty much a hermit.
I mean, I don't want to see my daughter sit home all day long and do nothing and be shy. But I knew about options. By the time she got old enough, before she was out of high school, I called them. I was hoping she was going to get accepted and they were going to find her a job and she'd get to live as normal as possible, as just like anybody else.
Nothing comes cheap. You need a job to live your life, you know? Everything costs money. They gave me a job and they gave me more confidence because without them, my mom would be the only person I talk to, really. I've been working with Edmore at Southeastern for 16 years. Rhonda is my job coach. She comes and visits me at work to see how I'm doing. I love riding the bus because I got transportation to work. And I have friends on the bus, and the bus driver's nice. When I first started riding that bus, I never talked. I used to be so shy. Before you knew it, I was talking to people. I was even talking to students.
I got peace knowing that Erica's living up to her highest potential. She's got her self-esteem. I mean, as a mom, you want to see the best for your kids, and you don't want them to be that different. It's normalized her in a lot of ways. She could only do that through options helping us. I would have a lot of worries if it wasn't for options about Erica's future. But I do know that if I ever transition to my next life, that options will be there for Erica.
I'm not gonna always have my mom to help me. If I didn't have options, then I wouldn't know what to do.